Going on, y'all? We back with another one. It is May 1st, new month. I'm excited, man. Um, it's currently 8:58 right now. Looking at the news on today, we don't have any news, so that's uh that's something I'm gonna keep in mind. Especially with it being Friday, no news. We're back at all-time highs, of course. We're just running higher and higher every single day. Um, Let me pull this up. 1 second. Put this over here. All right. So these are some drawings that I had from yesterday that I didn't, excuse my allergies, I didn't delete yet, so we're gonna just take care of those now. Um, delete this, keep that on there. Delete this, delete this. Okay. So on ES, full screen this. On ES, we are a lot higher than NQ. So ES, we opened up these two gaps here, two big 4-hour gaps. We're gonna group those together. So after running lower, ticking sell side, we just kind of expanded higher. Looks like we rebalanced this leg right here to equilibrium and then just continued higher. So definitely just gonna see what we got here. So internal high that we put in here gets taken, and it looks like we have SMT. So now with this being here and how bullish we've been, I don't just want to be trying to jump into shorts. So we don't really have that 4-hour gap over here on NQ, but like I said on ES, we have a huge 4-hour gap. So we have a SMT as well. We have a nice 1-hour gap here, and then we have sell side resting here. So I'm gonna mark out this sell side here. And then I'm gonna mark out this 1-hour gap here as well. Put that there. So it's looking like this 15-minute here got opened up. Same thing on ES. 15-minute gap gets opened up. I want to see if we, excuse me, I want to see if we run this or if we hold this to then run back higher. I'm gonna mark out here as well. That internal high, same thing. We opened up this little 15-minute gap here. So it's 9:02 right now. We have about 27 minutes to 15 seconds. So we got some time for sure for price to develop. This is kind of looking how yesterday was looking though, right? Same deal. Um, Looks like we're running through this gap, this 15-minute gap. We retrace, we pull back into, let me see, do we have, no, but we have a 5. So we have a nice 5-minute gap here. Looks like we're getting back up to these highs here. So I'm gonna just mark these out. So that internal high gets taken. Now, if we put a model into the downside, I'm probably gonna take a stab here lower, but it has to be clean. I want to see this 30-second here open up ideally. This change to get put in. I look to go break even fairly quickly since it's pre-market. If we can also put a SMT in right here, that would be ideal. I just want to see this gap open up. Do we get it? No, we don't. Okay, so that gap closes off. 15-second here though opens up. And then we have this change here. So we're at equilibrium of this range. We have SMT at the highs. Or no, we're not at equilibrium yet. Okay. Looks like ES wants to take this high as well. See if we can maybe open this 2-minute gap here. Get a higher time frame model. Let's see us get through this 15-second gap here. We left a big 1 hour wick behind, so we're just going to mark out consequent encroachment of that, which aligns up around where equilibrium is as well. So we'll see what we do. ES now takes that high. I think we could definitely get a nice rebalance here today of this leg right here. But then again, with how these markets been moving, nothing can be sure. So all right, so we now have met consequent encroachment. Model fails here. I'm gonna delete this. See if we want to run up to these highs. If we inverse this 15-minute gap to the upside, I'm then going to look for potential longs back up to all-time highs, and this internal high, if we can do that. So if we can open up some gaps, maybe generate around here, and then get to that 15-minute. So we're getting through it pretty nicely. Looks like we don't really care too much about consequent encroachment here. 5-minute is about to get inversed here in 2 minutes. No 15-minute gap. 15-minute gap here is holding low. Bullish 15-minute gap is holding. Bearish 15-minute is getting invalidated. So everything is pointing towards longs here. I ideally wouldn't want us to take this internal high quite yet if I am going to take a long. I'd want to see us slow down, kind of inverse, pull back a little bit, and then present a model. I feel like how pre-market's moving because something could set up pre-market, so I just want to be ready and and observant. So we have no generator here really. Um, all we really have is a 3 minute gap here. So 5 minute closes in a minute. We're gonna have that inverse. And I'm gonna mark out this 3 minute gap here. It looks like we could definitely just run the buy side though. So we're gonna have a 3 minute here opening up on ES in about 43 seconds. This is definitely super clean. If we're able to be patient and get something nice here with this 15 minute gap right here, holding bullish. 5 minute bearish gap gets disrespected. Same thing on ES, but 15 minute gap is getting disrespected to the upside now. We got 3 minutes on that close. And then we have buy side resting above with nothing else above though. Nothing else is above us on ES, but on NQ obviously we have a whole bunch of highs lined up for us. And obviously, like I said yesterday, I'm definitely preferring NQ to take some trades because ES has not been providing any good opportunity. If it does provide opportunity, it's very slow, very choppy. It's not ideal. So see what we do here. Ideally, I'd want to see us generate, like right here. See what we do with this little internal low. Want to see us start putting in some lows with some gaps. 3 minute on ES. Got market opening in about like 17 minutes. Okay, so now this low gets taken. Want to see what we do here. If we put a model into the upside, I'd be want to take a nice stab here, long. Cleanest opportunity that I'm seeing here is on the 30-second. So I'd want to see this gap here get inversed. if we can get a change to the upside here, target here, here, etc. Maybe even standard deviation. So we dig into that 3-minute gap a little more. 5-minute gap's going to be opening up here in a minute. ES getting some legs down. So small 5-minute here just opened up. Still inside his 3-minute. See what we do. Gonna run to the bathroom, y'all. I will be right back. I'm gonna pause and unpause right now. All right, y'all. We're back. Um, so we rebounced a little lower. We rebounced in this 5-minute gap here. 3-minute gap. Now we got big legs up out of nowhere. Um, same thing over here on ES. 5-minute gap got rebalanced into 3-minute. Now it looks like we're looking to put a change in the state in here to the upside. So if we can do that, probably gonna take a stab long here. But it looks like we might just already run the buy side. We might not even present no opportunity here. I just wanted to wait for some type of model or some type of clarity since we didn't necessarily take any form of liquidity. We just rebalanced into a 3-minute and a 5-minute gap. And now we're seeing legs higher, so I just want to take the cleanest change in the state from here, which is probably going to be this 2-minute. So if we can pull it back to it, I'll take a long. If not, we're going to take buy side and we'll see what we do from there. Ideally, I want us to see us get to buy side. If we don't, mark out sell side here. Mark out this low that we put in on the 5-minute. We still have yet to rebound to equilibrium of this leg here. So, and then we also opened up a 15-minute gap here as well. So I'm now going to move this 3-minute, take out this, put this here. 15 minutes. We can open up a gap here, maybe on a 3-minute. If we don't take this in a minute and a half, we just kind of stay where we are, open up this 3-minute gap. That'll be good protection, and I'd be willing to take a long there off of the pullback. Once again, if we don't take buy side with something like this, but here up to here. So it looks like we're gonna take buy side though. Internal high. We're gonna have a nice. We're gonna have a big SMT here that we put in. We took this little inverse here. I was in the bathroom though, so. But yeah, market's gonna be opening here in a couple minutes. Buy side just has gotten taken. So now I want to see what we do. SMT is in. Three-minute got opened up here. So we got about 5 minutes to open. Wheat inverse is 3 minute. Take a stab. Short. See what we do here in a minute. So we have this unfilled 15-minute gap down here as well. Sell side resting and equilibrium all around here. So if there's any reason for me to take a stab, I'm gonna take it. Like this 2-minute got inversed. So we'll see how this inverse holds. It's clean. So I'm gonna take a light stab here off of the 2-minute. Open up this nice 1-minute gap here. Put stops above there. 2-minute gap here got inversed. 3-minute didn't, which is ideally what I wanted to see, but see, I put on light size and not put on my full size, so I'm leaving myself another trade here. Just because it is pre-market. Pre-market, I don't put on my full size. Alright, so we get stopped there. Big candle comes in. come back up, take internal high. Don't really care too much about ES. It's not really looking the best. So if we get this in a minute, I be want to take this stab at market open. Buy side gets taken, see legs lower, 3-minute hold, you then run higher, take the internal high here while the SMT is still in place. Okay, so market opens here. See what we do. 30-second. ES is getting legs lower. Could definitely see us run higher up to these highs up here, all-time highs, but we'll see if we get any type of reactions. Yeah, we are ripping. Get rid of these. Get rid of this. Sell side here gets taken on ES. There's that change. Now kind of like where ES is here, so just take a small little stab up the buy side here, which NQ now has taken. Tighten this up now. Just king, 68 bucks. Stop's gonna go under the 3-minute. NQ has taken all-time highs. Once again, I mean, these markets are crazy. Like yesterday we dump it open. Today we pump it open. It's kind of crazy. Definitely can see us running a lot higher here today. I'm not really against taking this to standard deviation. Going full break even right now. With how NQ is looking, I think ES can definitely get up there. I'm okay with a $145 loss on the day. I want to see if we can take this to standard deviation though. I mean, ES was just waiting to set up. It's the first day I actually seen ES pretty clean and actually deliver pretty decently in the past couple of days. Pretty glad that I did take this, because no matter what, um, win or break even, this is a super clean trade. On the 15 second here, so on the 5 minute, we had this generated sell side that we put inside of this 5 minute gap. So we had this 5 minute gap here with the sell side resting right inside of it, inside of this bigger 15 minute gap. So we then run lower. NQ's already ripping. We run lower, manipulate. So we take sell side, we put in the SMT, and then on the 15 second, we see us get through for value gap here, for value gap here, and then get that nice clean change to the upside. Super clean, and then just run the buy side here. So could have took profits here, but like I said, I'm okay with my little loss on the day that I already took. That little half a stab, I'm down 145, so I'm perfectly okay with that. And I'm just looking for standard deviation, like I said. So from this manipulation leg here, I'm just looking for the two. That's it. Definitely opened up some nice gaps in our favor, so let's see what we do. I'm gonna be right back, y'all. I'm gonna leave this here though. Be right back. All right, we're back, y'all. So it looks like NQ is just running higher and higher, while ES is kind of slowing down. That's one of the reasons why I said I don't really like ES. Now today we're getting some decent price action, but it's always NQ will be running higher or lower in a specific direction, and ES just won't. Like, look at the legs that we're getting on NQ. Look at this candle that we're getting on the 2 minute on NQ versus what we're getting on ES. We're getting the complete opposite on ES, while NQ is just ripping. So that like always happens when I'm in a trade on ES. If I'm gonna trade on ES, let's say along, like NQ will be ripping in the direction that I'm looking at, and ES just won't. So based on what I previously have seen, um, yeah, that's not really looking too good. So if ES could catch up here, that would be great. But no matter what, we're at break even with a small loss on the day, so I'm okay with that. So looks like we took this internal high. We got some legs down here. Like I said, I'm not touching this trade. We have this nice 3 minute gap here, or 2 minute gap. We have a 5 minute gap here that we just slightly tapped. So I'm just leaving this trade on. I'm not gonna touch it at all. And hopefully we can get TP here. So I mean, yeah, look at these two candles on NQ right here versus the same two. You can see my cursor on the other chart. Same two on ES. Down closing candle and a little up close candle. So that goes to show, you know. But honestly, we'll see what we do here. We're already at all-time highs, and I don't really expect us to just rip to, absolutely nowhere. Like we're gonna slow down eventually. We're gonna come down. I wish ES could have been a bit more mirrored with NQ than it was. Um, but we'll see if these gaps can get us back up higher. We got a nice big 5 minute gap here, and we're pretty at a good spot as far as our fill goes. For it to hold us to send price higher. But it's gonna be patient and wait. Sorry, I'm just gonna leave this trade on here. I got a lot to do. I'm getting suitcases, I'm packing here, so I'm just gonna leave the trade on here and just and yeah. Alright, we just got a huge candle out of nowhere. I literally just turned around and watched that happen. See if this can push us up to TP here. I mean, come on. Is the same thing that happened yesterday gonna happen today? Like, seriously? I mean, you gotta be kidding, right? Like, genuinely, you gotta be kidding. Yo, that is insane. What? Golly, man. Golly. It's crazy. Look at this. And let me show you a trade from yesterday here. Look how close we got to TP. It's crazy, man. Hopefully that don't happen again. Hopefully we can just bang out TP and we can get up out of here. I'm just gonna continue doing what I was doing though. Just gonna let this be. Alright, so TP finally gets hit after being very patient, waiting. We're up 170 on a day. We did take that small little loss. But yeah, I mean, that's where patience gets you, you know. I thought part two of yesterday was gonna go down today again. That was super unfortunate. But I adjusted my stop loss. You know, I would have really been break even on the day then because I was down 140. Stop loss was like 137. So I just positioned myself into a spot where I'm protected. I'm confident. I stayed patient through the whole time. Was confident in my draw. You know, standard deviation. Took a clean model. The first trade could have went without. Honestly, just should have waited for this 3 minute gap to get ran to the downside right here. But I rushed it, jumped down to the 2 minute, took a quick stab, and ultimately paid for it. So, but we keep our mind on straight. We bounce back. We take a nice stab here. We're getting big legs up now, and we get rewarded. So great way to end the week. Um, I'm out of here, y'all. I got a lot to do today, lots of packing. So hope y'all enjoyed the video, and I'll see y'all next week. Peace.